So first, the van shows up to get a stereo installed. That's all she wanted, was to get her stereo installed. But this is the condition the van was in when it arrived.
This is what it's doing. And I pulled it in and noticed that the temp gauge was pegged.
So, we installed her stereo. Yesterday, while we were closed, I get blown up. This is the messages. This is the message she sent here after she starts blowing up my phone. So when she starts blowing up my phone, I don't answer it because it says right in my voicemail that we're closed on the weekends, and she was blowing me up on a Sunday. So afterwards she sent me that message. Today she called again. We got cut off, which is why that happened. We were like 10 seconds into the phone call and we got cut off, so that message happened. And then we called again. So when we got a hold of each other again, the rest of these messages happened after, starting there, happened after the phone call. So if you want to read these, then just pause it and read them. Also, here's that, so you can pause here and read that. Now, after that was these messages. So you can pause it and read these. And then, after that, this happened. I sent her this.
Here is you walking right into that room where the sign is.
So, that was recorded in this room by that camera on the wall as she walked through this door to sit on the same couch that I'm sitting on right now with the sign directly in front of her. Now, I will play the call recording.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I think we were trying to call each other back
I know. It went. My phone went to airplane mode. Anyways, I'm on my way to an appointment right now. I can't be late. But it wasn't that it needed a charge, James. It needs some kind of wiring for the fan relay.
Yeah, well, it definitely needed a charge because it didn't get cold again until we put the charge in it. So we know it needed a charge, but the wiring could have been an alternate issue.
I did a charge before I brought it to you for only $20, and then something happened. So, and it's because of the wiring in this relay part.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about any wiring or relays. All we know is that your fan controller wasn't plugged in when the van got here for the stereo, which was why the fans weren't working when it got here and it was overheating. So that way, when we plugged the fans in, it made them work like they're supposed to. But
it only gave me air for about 24 hours, James.
So it sounds like you probably got a leak somewhere then.
Hold on, I can't hear you because I have the windows down because I can't have the windows up. It's too hot.
Gotcha.
This is very, very dangerous for me. I need air. I'm sick with Lyme disease, and I'm driving around in 115 degrees out with no air conditioning. And I'm trying to get to California, and I have less than a week to, fix all these things with my vehicle. I don't have time for this. I need to start figuring out where am I going to go in San Diego. Like, I don't have time. So, anyways, can I get that $60 back from you? Because that's not what it was.
It was definitely low on refrigerant.
Huh?
And it was definitely low on refrigerant, and that's why we charged it, because it was low. When I checked it with the gauges.
Yeah, but I only had 24 hours of cold
You
air.
have a purge valve on your system that if the pressure ever gets too high, then your AC compressor will purge out the extra pressure rather than breaking hoses or compressors. So what had happened was when your fans weren't working before you brought it to us, it purged out a bunch of refrigerant. That's why it was low. So when we hooked the fans up, your AC still didn't work until we charged it. Then suddenly it was blowing nice and cold when you left here, which means it went from a low charge to a full charge while it was here, which was the service you paid us to perform. So once you left, I don't know what happened to your AC. At that point, that falls out of the responsibility or obligation of the person that charged it. A charge doesn't fix anything unless the system was just left low by some other means, meaning the purge valve, getting rid of some of your refrigerant in order to preserve itself, because that's what the AC system's designed to do.
Okay, James, I am sick and I can't breathe. And this is not healthy for me. And I have an appointment right now. And
Okay.
I need this to be done. Like, I need this to be fixed. So I'm working on that right now. But I need my $60 back because I don't have air conditioning. And that's what I paid for, to
Okay,
have air conditioning.
that's not how it works. So
And also my stereo is not like perfect the way it's supposed to be. It's pushed in and it's not all the way like fitting the bracket. And I did my own research to get that specific mount for that stereo to fit
Right.
properly. So, you know, I also paid you $80 for that. So
we
I'm not
installed the
happy.
stereo that you brought with the mounting bracket that you supplied. All we
Yes.
did was the labor. The mounting
Yeah,
bracket
and the
mounts the
labor isn't-
stereo. The mounting bracket mounts the stereo the way the mounting bracket was designed to mount the stereo. We can't like just choose exactly how the stereo is going to mount. It has specific screw holes in the stereo and in the mounting bracket that mount it to the bracket. You supplied the stereo and the bracket. I can't
Yeah,
really.
which is what I researched for this van.
Well, I didn't get you my own bracket. If I had, then I would have to do something to make that stereo mount the way that you are asking to. But I didn't supply
What do
that
you mean
bracket
what I'm
for that
asking
stereo.
to? What it's supposed to be? Like, it's not right.
Okay.
I
Like I
bought
said.
the exact parts. It's not that I made a mistake. I didn't make any kind of mistake.
Right, and neither did we. There's no way we can differently mount the stereo to the bracket in your van. It would need to be a different bracket to mount your stereo differently, and quite honestly, I don't know if your stereo, even with a different bracket, can mount in the exact straight position that you want, because I don't know how what's inside that dash and what's going to impede the stereo's ability to sit at the angle that you would prefer. So there's really not much that we could have done in that situation other than just mount it the way that it mounts with the bracket that you supplied.
Okay, the most important thing is my health and this air conditioning.
Okay. Well, I'd be happy to check it out for you and figure out what's going on. I won't charge you
I'm
to look
already
it over.
working on it. I want my money back. I'm not happy.
Okay, so if you look at the invoice as well as the
You actually never even sent me an invoice too, and I gave you my email address.
so there's also a sign in our waiting room that shows the information that's on the invoice.
Okay,
When
I
you-
didn't see no sign, and I'm not looking for no damn sign. I am sick and I'm in crisis. I want my money back. Please honor my request.
That's not a request we do here. We don't give refunds. But
Okay, well, I
we
will
do
write a
fix-
bad review
we do
on
fix
Airbnb.
what we have
Excuse
done
me.
wrong, but now
Okay,
you
I
already have
don't
another
want-
shop altering what we've already
Why
done.
am I going to go back to someplace that I'm not happy? And I live an hour away and I am sick, James. I'm not going to drive an hour away again.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that worked out that way, but there's not
Okay,
anything I
you
can
want
do to
to
help
lose
you on
it?
that.
You want to let me go and not give me a refund and give me a bad
Yeah,
experience and a bad feeling
We
over
did the job.
$60?
We did the job.
You didn't
that
do
you
the job. I don't have no damn AC.
Okay, I didn't fix your AC. All I did was charge it.
I
It was low.
wanted AC, and I said, is this going to be a permanent fix? You said, yes. It's not. It lasted 24 hours.
So I don't know if your AC system is low now. I don't know what's going on with your AC system, but all we did was charge it, and that's because all we knew was that your purge valve got rid of some of the refrigerant while your fans were improperly connected by the prior
You
mechanic.
did not do a permanent fix. You gave me a Band-Aid for 24 hours to shut my girlfriend up, and that's all you did for me. For $60, I had my girlfriend up for 24 hours.
I couldn't hear you. You were dialing something there while you were trying to.
I said, you gave me a 24-hour fix to shut my girlfriend up. You did not fix the problem.
We didn't fix anything to do with your AC. All we did was charged it.
I gave you $60 to give me cold air for less than 24 hours.
Okay, I don't know
not
what
what
else
I
went
wanted.
wrong with your AC, but if the charge went away, then that means you have a leak, which is a separate problem. If the charge
Okay,
didn't go
and you
away
said
and you're
it was gonna
saying it's a relay issue, that's once again not something we ever touched. That's not our mistake there. We never touched a relay.
It is your mistake because you diagnosed it improperly.
I didn't diagnose anything. You told me a cloud came out from under your hood, and that was while your fans were not connected, and that cloud that came out from under your hood was refrigerant and oil.
Listen to me. I am sick and I'm having a hard time breathing. I am not going to waste a moment longer arguing with you. Okay?
I'm just trying to explain things to you logically, but it doesn't seem like that's working.
I want my money back, and if you're not going to give it back to me, I will resort to writing you up.
I have a perfect 5-star rating right now, and that's because most of my customers are able to comprehend the logic when I give them reason what's going on. I'm sorry that I can't explain this to you in an easier way, but realistically, we didn't even do anything to your AC other than add refrigerant when it was clearly low.
When I just got done telling you, I don't want to waste a moment longer. I am sick and I need to get off this phone. I need my money back. If you will not return my money, I will have to write a review.
Well, feel free to write away. You'll be the first negative review I've gotten in 10 years.
Okay, and bad karma will be on you. I'm asking you to give me my money back.
If you understood what was really going on with your van, or would even allow me to speak long enough to understand it.
You've been talking too much now, okay? I just told you I have a hard time breathing and I am sick with Lyme disease, and you're not listening to me.
Well, if you weren't yelling, you could probably breathe easier.
Oh my God!
If you weren't screaming, you could probably breathe a little easier.
I need you to return my money.
Well, that doesn't work that way.
Okay, I'll call the police then. We'll just handle it with the cops.
That'll work great.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Oh, what a joy. Here we are, an hour later. She decides to send 7 more messages in 2 minutes.